this session, we shall begin by discussing the importance of um, correcting sentences with the usage of different components of sentences, passages, paragraphs, discourses, and any other kinds of write-ups which consist of articles, prepositions, punctuations, tenses, speeches, and so on. Okay, so we shall begin with articles in mind. Okay, so basically we are discussing the first unit of your workbook regarding correction of sentences, wherein it begins with articles. Okay, so keeping in mind that it's very crucial that people acquire good communication skills in English, it is the concern of English teachers to empower the students with basic language skills. Okay, and it is essential that undergraduate students are facilitated to refresh their knowledge of basic grammar in the course of their graduation. Okay, so this is the actual reason as to why the topic on correction of sentences is prescribed in your syllabus, so that you learn the minute mistakes, the minute errors committed in our day to day use of English language. Okay, so that you do not face kind of embarrassment, and you are also aware of what is the grammatically correct English, apart from the basic need of communicating things and needs in a language. It's also good to learn the grammatical rules and grammatical nuances of the language, so that you have a kind of dignified image when you either use the language, English language, to either speak or write anywhere. Okay, soon after your graduation and even during your graduation days. That is the reason the topic like correction of sentences is prescribed in your syllabus. Okay, though it involves very simple things like articles, prepositions, it's not like the previous in classes, where in schools and PU classes you are just expected to fill in the exercises, you are expected to fill in the answers. Here what you are expected to do is a level ahead, a step ahead, that you will be given the sentences and answers, and you are expected to correct the wrong ones, and only when you know which is right you can correct the wrong ones, right? So you must be in a way trained to identify the errors. That is the overall purpose and agenda behind why the unit on correction of sentences is prescribed to you. Okay, so that you can identify the errors and rectify them, and such a training generally enables students to take up competitive examinations, and also it instills a kind of confidence in you to attain the forthcoming interviews. Okay, then the basic objective behind this exercise is that to you should have this capability, okay, ability to identify the common errors committed in day to day English, so that you don't commit them, and if you are committing them already, you don't repeat them, so that it saves your skin, it saves your reputation, it kind of stops you from being humiliated in the wrong places. Okay, then also to make students understand the difference between correct English and wrong use of English. Okay, so as I was telling, that these are the nuances, very delicate lines which are sometimes blurred between what is correct and what is incorrect, but it depends on the contextual relevance of the usage of English language. Okay, so you should know in which context which is the most appropriate usage. Sometimes the lines between what is correct and wrong are blurred, but you should also know about depending upon the contextual basis which is the most appropriate option that you can use as answers. Okay, and basically such things are prescribed to hone students communication skills, okay, through both constant speaking and constant writing. Okay, so common errors which we find in English language generally happen with very minute things, smaller things, like the use of articles, then wrong tenses, then wrong prepositions, then even adverbs, adjectives, pronouns, conjunctions, nouns. Okay, and sometimes also in concord of the sentences. So we are trying to know that how in these minor contexts, okay, these minor units of grammar, they become very grave errors when the situation gets tensed, and they can become the major reasons for embarrassments in many social contexts. Okay, and in the context of even your professional context, in the context of your career. Okay, it can actually mar your reputation and affect your career in a very bad way. Okay, so let us first look into use of articles. Okay, what errors are generally committed when it comes to use of articles. Okay, so to begin with, there are three articles in English, right? The first one is the article which is used for plural things and definite things, so it is known as the definite article, right? Then you have the other two articles, a and an, right, which are used for the singular things, and also used when something is indefinite, right? When the purpose of a thing or situation is indefinite, you use the article a or an. Indefinite and unfamiliar things, you use these articles. If the thing is an vowel, you use an. If a thing, unknown thing, unfamiliar thing is a indefinite thing, if it is a consonant, if it starts with a consonant, you use the letter a, right? It is also called as a, right? So now the definite article the is a form of the demonstrative adjective that, and is commonly used. Okay, when is the definite article commonly used? There are 8 to 9 contexts, and under these contexts the definite article the is used. Okay, first point, when is it used? Before the singular and plural common noun, to point out a particular thing, or to specify a particular thing, or to specify an object. Okay, example, Rachana's aunt gave her the blue dress. Okay, so blue dress is singular, okay, and dress is a common noun, obviously, and particular thing. So blue dress is that particular thing, right? So it meets all the criteria. So you use the definite article the. Okay, and the second point is to indicate a class with nouns in the singular or with adjectives. Okay, so indicate a class. For example, the tiger is a wild animal. Okay, so which is the class here? The aspect of being an animal is the class. Okay, and with nouns, what is the noun here? Tiger, in the singular or with adjectives. Okay, which is the adjective here? Wild. So again it meets all the criterias, and you see that here also the definite article is used. So different contexts where the definite article is used, we shall see in the forthcoming session of this recording on articles.